We are the keepers of the flame, the sacred order. Let the ceremony begin.
And today, faithful acolytes, we take a look at this.
And what this is another sauce, as I mentioned in the review, which is available down below, that I would not have acquired were it not for me trying to slug my way through the hot sauces that appeared on the show. I believe this is one of the earlier seasons. And so this one with this, I believe after I did this one with the Blairs also, that had wrapped up all season one. That is the only season that I have completed as much as I'm going to. There are a lot of them that if you read through the actual list that's available on the blog, available down below, that there's a lot of them I can't do for one reason or another, either because of the ingredients or because they are discontinued, and I'm not going to try even bothering with this stupid label. This stupid label I will attempt because it's the ingredient panel. I do like the flask, 7 ounces. I will say this also, this is the first anything from Spice and Foods I think I finished. I don't think I actually finished the cayenne. And definitely did not finish the pain 100%. And of course, the bomb Beyond Insanity will be coming up at some point, and that one I seem really unlikely to finish also, given that it's a intensely extract heavy sauce. That aside, we have tomato puree, malt vinegar, habanero, peppers, cayenne, peppers, cane sugar, distilled vinegar, salt, dried garlic, paprika, molasses, spices, tamarind concentrate, lime juice concentrate, natural smoke flavor, and xanthan gum. So this one, I think one of the reasons I do, I used a lot of this, not because it's good, but because I was trying to get a handle on it, which I also mentioned in the written review. And now you can see, guys, I'm down here. I've got to cap it right after this, so I do have these chicken strips, but will not be eating all of them because I want to save enough to do the Q4 wing thing, guys, at the end of this, just because I try to make sure that I save the sauces that appeared in the show so that I can at least try them on wings when I do the quarterly wing thing. So, as you can see, this label just gets in the way. So, but you can see that's a very, very darkish sort of red-orange, and there's little flecks of stuff in it. And it's one of the darker hot sauces. I would say it tends a little bit towards even barbecue sauce. And with the smoke and everything else in it, I think it does add up a lot more towards that sort of a thing. Habanero, I think, is more in here for the heat. The flavor is definitely a little bit more cayenne, but you've got tomato and vinegar and sugars and stuff, which are usually smoke flavor, which you tend to find more in barbecue sauce than I think you do in hot sauce. It is, as you can see, pretty well blended, very, very thick here. It does look a lot like their other sauces. I'm going to cut this a little. Usually I put a little bit more in there, but I'm going to cut this back just because I want to make sure that I am saving enough both to do the eating segment of this as well as the wing thing for Q4 of 2020. Definitely has a very, very pungent odor. I'm getting a little bit of cayenne, I'm getting a little bit of smoke, and it really does read a lot like a barbecue sauce. I wouldn't say it actually works well as a barbecue sauce. It did work very well on the grill, though, I will say that. I did enjoy when I used it on the grill. So this has been a really thoroughly tested sauce overall. But okay, let's just get into it. Tomato and cayenne, very prominent. As you might expect, with tomato being the first ingredient. A little bit of back heat from the habanero. I'm also getting, it's almost like a black pepper to this, which I'm assuming is in the spices somewhere. Very slight undercurrent of vinegar. The vinegar is actually mostly washed out in this. It is not especially a vinegar heavy concoction here. A little bit of garlic in there. I'm not getting any of the lime. Tamarind, I think, is more just for a sugary, maybe even a color thing more than anything else. So, all right. As we mentioned, chicken strips. Let's make some room here. And I just want to be a little careful with this so that I have enough left for the wings. So I'll just... You know, this reminds me a lot, actually. I've seen these out there, too. I've not actually gotten any of them because I'm not a big fan of ketchup. But this might be more where that is. It might be more like a spicy ketchup. Especially given the ingredients here. Let's see. I hate this label. It's really difficult for me to tell how much is left. I think we got a little bit left here. I just want to make sure we don't have enough left for the wing because I don't want to buy this again. But I do want enough for the Q4 wing thing. Alright, let's get that out of the way and yeah, let's just get into it here. I think that's the main thing that I've seen with a lot of their sauces is they don't know what they want to be. This one's more... I think it is trying to be all those things at once. A ketchup, a barbecue sauce, which as we all know is fairly related, and a hot sauce as well. It did work, honestly, pretty well in the ramen also. It is so odd though. The flavor here is really curious, but nothing about it makes me think of either Louisiana or Louisiana style sauce. And flavor wise, it's not great either. It's a sauce that's more interesting than has a great taste to it. And I do like that they use habaneros for heat. Sometimes people forget you can do that. That was the top of the bill for quite a while. It's a tomato puree.
Well, I guess we got enough left to try to finish one more. Maybe. Alright. Not a great taste by itself. I would personally not have used molasses. Cane sugar is good, brown sugar is good, and yes, I know there's molasses to those. I would not put additional molasses in here though. So, I would characterize this, I think, as probably the least worst of the Spice and Foods products. I would not buy it again. I would not buy any of their products intentionally. Outside of maybe they've got a spice peanut I'm trying to track down. With this, with the Beyond Insanity, I'm buying that basically just for the show, for show coverage, for the hot ones. I don't expect that to be good. Pain 100% had potential though. It just, like with this, like with the Cayenne, it's just really, really hard to find where it fits. It almost like it needs something else to push in one direction or another. Just kind of in this really weird no man's land that, honestly, I used most of this because I was trying to get a handle on it. And it's not really ketchup, it's not really barbecue, so it's not especially a hot sauce, and it certainly is not a Louisiana style sauce at all. So it's yet another sauce without an identity, which I get that you're trying to have a big map coverage, but I just don't think that overall is a really strong idea. So if they wouldn't have been on the show, I think they would still stay mostly what they are now, which is kind of a novelty line of sauces. But so anyway, there it is. Just wrapping it up for 2020 as far as the hot ones are concerned. We have here the Pain is Good from Spice and Foods. Batch 218, Louisiana hot sauce.
Now go forth in peace to serve the flame.